We eat multiple times a day to survive, and every bite triggers one of the most intense sensory experiences in our daily lives. We are often taught a simple biological model to explain this. The tongue detects chemical profiles like sweet or salty, while the nose identifies the aroma. This model fails to account for the way we actually behave. Most cultures acknowledge that we eat with our eyes, suggesting our perception begins long before food reaches the tongue. If flavor were strictly chemical, a steak wouldn't need a sizzle to be appetizing, and the visual arrangement of a plate would have no impact on our enjoyment. These gaps in our understanding led to the discipline of multisensory dining, a field that treats the meal as a simultaneous activation of all five senses. Science reveals that the mind assembles flavor from several sensory streams at once, creating a mental construct rather than simply reacting to the ingredients on the plate. To see how this assembly works, we have to look at the physical properties of food just millimeters away from the taste buds. The sharp crunch of tempura provides the brain with auditory flavor cues, offering immediate data about the freshness and quality of the fry. Factors like mouthfeel, texture, and temperature establish the baseline for enjoyment, presetting our expectations of a dish before we even identify its taste. Moving further out, we encounter the vessels that physically hold the meal. This concentric map shows how flavor's reach expands. The color and shape of plates and glasses subconsciously shift our perception of sweetness, bitterness, and portion size. Even cutlery plays a role. A fork's physical weight and balance alters the perceived value of ingredients. These auditory and tactile signals mean the brain effectively starts eating through our hands, ears, and eyes well before the first bite. The final layer of this experience involves the macro environment of the dining room itself. Ambient lighting and interior design visually recode the appeal of the food, influencing how we perceive its temperature and freshness. Background music functions similarly. Specific frequencies and tempos can actually amplify certain flavor notes, like sweetness or acidity on the tongue. Even the names of the dishes on a menu serve a purpose, pre-programming our neurological expectations through curated language. All these disjointed inputs are processed through a neurological rule called superadditivity. The brain takes these separate signals from the eyes, ears, and hands and merges them into a single, highly energetic and magnified experience. Flavor emerges from the harmony of every external sense working in unison. By applying these rules of superadditivity and sensory dominance, chefs are now able to engineer meals that align precisely with how the human brain processes information. Lighting, the weight of the cutlery, and the ambient sound are now cooked with the same precision as the ingredients themselves. In this environment, the table functions as a stage or a laboratory, where biological survival is secondary to the sensory performance. The modern restaurant experience has become a theater of the mind, where every variable in the room is calibrated to sustain the illusion of taste.